bought the next day. We'll go sit down.
Yeah, it was.
Is everybody
Yeah,
here that you want here?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Is it rolling?
It is rolling.
Because now I feel dumb because I asked, is it rolling? And it's rolling. So I was asked to introduce this wonderful young lady, and I told her not to wear heels so that I would not fit, and she did it anyway, which is, if you know her, then you know that is exactly the thing. She's going to go the way she's going to go. I met her when she was a freshman, same height, and she was wearing a Rolling Stones t-shirt, okay? And I didn't know who she was, and I didn't know her name, so I just started calling her Mick for Mick Jagger from the Stones, and I've called her Mick now for 4 years, and then I find out she's actually got real names that we're supposed to call her. So today it's Alice, right? And my favorite, we have coffee once a week. I taught her as a sophomore. I've gotten to see the evolution. I've gotten to see some highs. I've gotten to see a few lows. But one favorite thing about Mick is that she is who she is, and she's unapologetic, and she will learn to harness that a little bit in the future, and that'll be a really good thing. But I love the specialness that she is, and if you're in the room, you already know the specialness that I'm talking about. She is unique, and that is refreshing, and I love it. And it is my pleasure to open in prayer. So if you'll let me do that, we'll go ahead and get started. So, Father, thank you for this unique person that you created, and that you are forming, and that you are getting to know, and she getting to know you. And I thank you for everyone in this room who has touched her life and the ways that she has touched theirs. And I just pray that will be evident throughout her presentation, that you will give her calmness and you will give her clarity, and that this will just be a fun celebration of her life. And so we thank all of this in the name of Jesus. Amen. Mm-hmm. Alice.Buyer.
Thanks, Mr. Fraser. Hi, everybody. Thank you for coming. Thanks for showing up. So my name is Jennifer Alice.Buyer, and many of you, I have told you that I prefer to go by Alice. And the reason for that is my mom's name was Alice, and she passed away before I got the chance to know her. But my mom always told me stories about her and how she was just this strong woman, and I just loved the name, and I just loved the idea of her, and I wanted to be a strong woman like that. So I was like, I want to go by Alice. And so that's why that is, in case you were wondering. So the beginning of my story is a little bit unorthodox. It begins back in 1998 when my birth mom, Jessica, gave birth to me. She was 19 at the time. So she got pregnant with me where we are right now, second semester, senior year. And I think she just knew, like, I can't keep this child. It wouldn't be right. So she picked my parents, John and Mary Ann, very early on, and decided that this was where I should go. So when I was born, I was placed in the hands of John and Mary Ann, and they've raised me ever since. So 18 years later, here we are. I've only met Jessica once that I can remember. I still regard her as one of the bravest women that I've ever met because of the choice that she made. So I look up to her a lot, even though we're not like close or anything. We're Facebook friends, but like, so since then, my life has been a whirlwind of events. Most of my childhood was spent out at our main home in Elizabeth, which if you've ever been to Elizabeth, you know that there's 5 restaurants and 2 of them are Subway, which I say every time. So it's like not the best. I skipped around schools a lot. I was an only child, and so most of my time was spent like playing in the like forest behind our house or with my best friend Marie, who I've known since 1st grade. So yeah, it's just been moving around schools a lot and things like that. My dad works for United Airlines. He's a pilot, so that enabled me to see a lot of the world even at a really young age. And I have such great memories of traveling, even if it was just to Arizona to see our family, or we went to Ireland when I was like 8 years old, and like being that young and seeing just that kind of like beauty, and with my cousin Savannah, who is also very beautiful, and just all of that, I think helped raise me to who I am today and my appreciation for beauty and things of that nature. So when I was in the 7th grade, my father was offered a job out in Los Angeles, and we decided we didn't want to move out there. So he started renting a 1-bedroom apartment out right on the ocean front, and he would go there Sundays through Thursdays, and he would stay home on the weekends with us when he wasn't out there. So that was like really chaotic because we were living between Elizabeth and Los Angeles, and then when I started school, then we were living in a town. My mom and I were in a townhouse, and then it was such a mess. I'm not even gonna lie, but some of my greatest memories in that time, 7th grade through sophomore year, were out in that little 1-bedroom apartment with the big mirrors right on the ocean side in Redondo Beach. And I have great memories in all of these different places. And even though it's a mess, I still love it. I came to Valor without a single idea what to expect. I had never gone to a private school, and I was really intimidated by the wealth and the status of a lot of people here. But I found my home very quickly, which was in the arts department. I started photo classes my freshman year. I was involved in Charlie's Aunt, which was the first Valor production that happened that fall, my freshman year. And I even played in the worship band for a year, and I really hope no one remembers that. But that just very quickly became my home. And 2 of my absolute favorite memories at Valor come from here. In my freshman year, like I mentioned, Charlie's Aunt took main stage at the Thespian Convention downtown. And even though my only job was legitimately when the curtains closed, I got to go on stage and grab a wall and pull it off. And that was it. And I loved it. I had so much fun that weekend. Like, I was just thought I was the coolest kid. Like, oh man, I'm involved in this great big show that went in front of like 5,000 other Colorado students. And yeah, I thought it was so great. And my second one would be sophomore year, my second year of photo. Brian Rowden took us to San Francisco, and there were 17 of us, and we called ourselves Squad 17, and we were this little family, and Rowden was our dad, and we called him Dad, and it was great. And a lot of that trip was totally a blur for me, but a big moment that I remember was one night it was really late, and it was super dark, and Rowden took us up in the van, and we were all like, God, Rowden, we want to go home. Like, don't make us do more stuff today. And he took us up to these abandoned World War II battlegrounds, and it overlooked the city, and we were right next to the Golden Gate Bridge, and just walking up in the dark and just seeing like the bridge light up before me, and like surrounded by all these people that I loved. And I think that was the first moment that I fell in love with photo, but also the first moment that I fell in love with myself as a person. And I decided, like, I think I'm pretty cool. Like, I actually enjoy myself. So that's kind of all I have for my main speech. I actually want to do thank yous pretty quickly because I have a lot of people to thank. And before I do that, talking about the future, next year I'll be attending Arizona State University. I'm involved in the Barrett Honors Program there, and I want to get a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Photography. So that's what I'm planning on doing. So for thank yous, first and foremost, I want to thank my parents. I'm really going to try not to cry. The 2 of you have believed in me and supported me through everything I've lived through, and I know I haven't been the easiest daughter to raise. I could never find the right words to fill my appreciation for you. Thank you for my wonderful education. It's the only reason I'm able to beat you in Jeopardy every night.
Thank you.
Yeah, you spent a lot of money on it. So, Mom, I feel as if I owe you the world. You have raised me to follow my guts, to be headstrong, and to rebel only when necessary. You're one of the strongest women that I know, and your courage inspires me constantly. Thank you for late night viewings of The Office, listening to Pink Floyd at full blast, and listening to me talk about Jessica Lange literally all the time. Dad, you have shown me what it means to have true integrity. The strength that you carry as a man has inspired me to be a better woman. I appreciate that you know the strength of silence, but you also understand how to make your words count. Thank you for car shows and drag racing, for binge watching Forensic Files, and for teaching me how to be the best shot in the family. Marie, you are the closest thing I've ever come to having a sister, and I couldn't ask for a better friend. You've put up with me when I didn't want to put up with myself, and you've loved me when I felt unlovable. You've got so much in your heart and so much potential in your soul, and I have no idea where I would be without you. I feel as if the world owes you so much, and I wish I could give it to you myself. I love you. Mr. Fraser, you're probably the reason that I'm even standing here today. There have been mornings where I didn't want to wake up, but I did because of you. You've been like a father to me, and I could never repay the spiritual debt that I feel I owe you. I've never been afraid to tell you anything, and that in and of itself has been a huge blessing for me throughout my high school career. You're more incredible than words could ever describe, and I hope I never lose touch with you. To my friend group, the 3 of you that are here, the rest of them are in AP testing, which I'm too dumb to be in. No, it's good, it's good. I can't thank God enough for giving you guys to me. Each and every one of you has taught me so much about myself and about life in general. I've never laughed as hard as I do with you guys. And this entire high school experience, all of my education, all of it, everything wouldn't have meant a single thing without you guys. Dylan, I want to thank you in particular because you've been there for me when I felt I had nowhere else to go. And you were a killer prom date. So thank you for being the Jason Dean to my Veronica Sawyer. And then to the entire theater department who couldn't be here today because they're all busy with something else. Thank you all so much for the wonderful memories that I've been able to create with you. So much of my personality was shaped backstage, here, and at Pace. This goes for the older theater group that has graduated, including Justin, Mason, Dylan, Kelsey, Mimi, Alex, and so many more. And also to the current theater group that I was honored to work with on Pippin. Munsterman couldn't be here, but I wanted to thank him for being a father to me and a friend to my father. To my photo family, most of which has graduated, and Rowden, who has left, they are the reason that I'm still in photography at all and the reason that I have faith in my work. Rowden is kind of the voice in the back of my head that keeps cheering me on. To Bon, who's not here, and to Kevin, I'm so sorry that you had to put up with some of the older theater kids. I want to thank you for teaching the most important subject in my high school career. And I know it's been really, really difficult and we've been really, really hard on you. But I promise that when we graduate, things will get a lot easier. And then just to everyone in general, I want to thank you for being a part of my life. I would thank each and every one of you individually if I could, but I don't think I have that kind of time. So the people in this room are responsible for who I am today, and I'm so grateful that I've come as far as I have. Thank you.
So we have time for some questions or encouragements for Alice.
Oh, we can ask you questions.
Yeah.
Oh.
What's your most embarrassing?
No. we were all talking in the group chat last night, and I was like, guys, I can't think of an embarrassing moment. But so the best one that I have is when my mom and I went to New York last year, and you were kind of a little ways away when this happened, but I was like, wait.
I love him.
No, you were there, but it was when I was waiting outside the theater door to meet Jessica Lange in the morning. This was before I got the chance to find her, but and I was like standing there and just watching cast members come in, so I got to talk to like everyone in the cast, which is really cool. And Michael Shannon came up, and I knew it was Michael Shannon. I had been studying this cast for a long time before I saw this show, and he comes up and he's signing this guy standing next to me, and he's signing his thing, and I'm just like, "Are you Michael Shannon?" And he was like, "Yeah." I was like, all right. Like, that was all I could come up with. And I just like felt so stupid. Like, oh, I've never felt so dumb in my life. So, yeah, Kat.
I just want to thank you for being my friend and also listening to David Bowie with me and obsessing over him with me.
Yeah, Kat.
Nobody else likes him as much as we do, so thank you for being there.
That one's true.
When we cry about him.
Yeah. Thank you, Kat. Okay.
Let's see.
I want to say that you're a better sister than the actual sister. I love you to the moon and back, and you are one of the strongest women that I have in my life, and I do look up to you, and I'm always here like that.
Oh, I love you.
I love you.
I didn't get a chance to really introduce her, but this is Maureen. We've known each other for like about 13, maybe 14 years now. So, yeah.
What are you looking forward to the most?
The heat.
Yeah.
down in Arizona.
Good.
No, I'm actually looking forward to that the least. I'm not excited. That's it kind of scares me, but I think I'm really just excited to like meet new people and like be in a bigger environment. Arizona State has about 70,000 students right now. So I think I'm really excited to just branch out and meet new people. So yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm taking my mom first.
No, you go ahead, I'll go.
Okay.
How do you feel, in what areas do you feel like you've grown in the most since your freshman year?
That's a really good one. Probably just an understanding of myself. And I know that sounds kind of strange, but like during my freshman year, I just like had no clue who I was and just was determined on like finding that person. But I don't think you're supposed to find yourself. I think you're supposed to make yourself. Like you're supposed to like put together who you want to be. It's not just one person or one idea. It's a component of everything that you are. And I think I've become a lot stronger in myself and my ideas. I'll take you now.
My turn?
Yeah.
Jen, I'm just so proud of you. I forget every day that you're adopted. It just never really occurs to me. And I don't think I could love you more if I did with you myself. I know I couldn't. I'm just super proud of you. You came here kicking and screaming. You did not want to come to Delaware High School.
Oh, thanks. I wasn't planning on sharing that, but that's cool.
I think it's fair to say,
Yeah.
yeah, you made the best of a situation that you had nothing to do with. And I think we've talked enough to know that you're really grateful that you're here. And I think you will look back and say, yeah, thank goodness that you had all these people around you that loved you so much and fed into you through some of the hardest years of any kid's life. High school is brutal.
That's true.
I'm just super proud to be your mom.
Thank you.
Super proud.
Thank you.
You are an exceptional young lady, and I think my favorite attribute of you is that you are a wonderful friend, as is evidenced by some of the people that you referenced and the longevity of the friendships that you have, and that is not normal in American teenage life anymore. So thank you just for being a great friend. I don't think anybody in this room thinks they're going to lose touch with you. That says a bunch. So thanks for that.
Thank you.
I'm kind of thinking she's going to stay out of touch with us.
First semester, freshman year, yes, that is correct.
Let's give Alice another
Thank
hand.
you.
So we're gonna close the little prayer time over Alice. So could you come around here and go there? Let's get a family around it first. Somebody else can get around. Go be in there. Close out there.
Give me your prayers.
Sure.
Yeah, you guys are flips still. Should have had some jeans on.
Yeah. So I'll invite whoever to open up and pray, and then Ms. Watson, in a few minutes, if you close, that'd be great.
God, I just want to pray to you for Jen, Lord. Thank you so much for just bringing her into my life and into my classroom and just being a part of my world for the last couple of years and even longer, truthfully. She is just so unique and beautifully made, Lord, and I just praise you for everything that she is.
Dear Heavenly Father, their dad, I appreciate the fact that she came into our lives and was given the opportunity to attempt to raise this beautiful young woman, and I'm so thankful for her 4 years here at Dallas. I'm thankful for all of the people in this room that have contributed to her success here, and I thank them all, and I thank you for your love and for not giving up on her. Amen.
Lord, I thank you for the joy that Alice has brought. And Lord, I think she's probably one of the deepest thinkers that I've ever met for her age. And I love it that she wrestles with it. She just doesn't easily give up. And Lord, you've just got such a bright future for her. I thank you that she chose this name, Alice, and the reason for the strength, and God, that she is going to be walking in that strength. And we just thank you for her.
Well, thank you for my friendship with Alice, and that you've grown us both in so many ways through knowing each other. I pray as she goes out that you would put people in her path that would speak life into her, that would be able to encourage her when there are the tough times, and that she would grow to love so many more friends wherever she goes, and that she would continue being the light and the joyful smile to all the people that she meets, and grow deep network of family once she moves on from here.
Lord, I just thank you for bringing Jen into our lives. I do believe you made us to be good, and be with her as she goes. We are so proud of the strides that she's made, and we just can't wait to see what you have in store for her. It's going to be a blessing to watch.
God, I just thank you for Jenny's ability to just find beauty in the broken. And we just pray, Lord, that as she goes on, that she might keep finding that beauty. It can be tough out there, God, and we know that there can be brokenness, but we just pray, Lord, that you lay your hand on her artistry, on her heart, so that your redemption just pours through in her life and in her work.
I want to thank my dad for buying me a Clifford backpack when we were in the first grade, and that's how Jenny and I met, because we were discussing it. I just want to thank her for being in my life and for being the strongest thing that I have, and that she will go on and do whatever she wants, because I know she will.
And so, God, I just thank you so much for, again, this opportunity that you've allowed all of us to be in this room, in this time, in this place, to celebrate Alice in her life, God, thus far, her journey here at Valor, and even before, God, and this little glimpse of who she is, and who she was before at Valor, God. And I just thank you so much for the way in which you've grown her, you speak into her, you're working in and through her, God. And we do pray collectively, Lord, that you can just continue to walk with her, God, to show her you have amazing plans and purposes established just for her, God, for her life. And Father, that when things get hard for her in the next phase of her life, Lord, that she would look to you and you alone, Lord, and know that she is never alone. Father, because you are always with her, but she always has a support system of people gathered around her right now, Lord, who love and care about her. Father, I do pray for good things for Jen and Alex, Lord. I'm so thankful for the opportunity that you gave to us this year to be prayer partners, although it was difficult, and really carving out that time together, Lord. The time that we did spend together was just priceless, and I'm so grateful for the common denominator, most importantly, that we have is that we share in our adoption stories. Father, I thank you for the many things that Alice taught me throughout the course of this year, personally, Lord, in the way that she's helped me grow as a person. And Father, I just pray that she would know that we send so much love, so much care, so much support with her, Father, in the next phase of her life. We love you, and we thank you for the gathering of people here. We ask you to just cover Alice by your blood and protect her and keep her safe. And I pray one more thing, Lord, that you would just allow her to get plugged in right away to Father God, to a support network of people who love you and who love her. And Father, that would continue to encourage her in the gifts and the abilities and the talents that you've blessed her with. God, she would get plugged into a church. She would get plugged into a small group or a young adult group, God, and she would continue to just grow in her faith. We love you so much, and thank you again for this day and this time. We ask these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you.
You sticking around or you out of here?
No, I'll be around.
You got anything else?
2 o'clock I'm going to see my sister sing. Fifth grade.
Interesting time of life. Girls are taller than the boys.
Yeah.
Everybody's lost teeth, so there's giant teeth now, right? It's just crazy. I love it.
Well, yeah, she's fine.
I think.
We're thinking it's
See you.
I don't know what of that.
Yes.
I do know the whole
You were
thing.
the first phone.
You graduated?
Yeah. Gee, I'm gonna be doing
She's gonna be.
Oh,
Oh, fair enough.
So sorry.
Fair enough.
I just want to thank you so much. You've been an amazing influence on her.
Love your dog.
Might not be
We're gonna move into the hall, so Jamie can do.
Oh,
hers.
okay, okay. Moving along. Yes. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Bring your book next time you have coffee.
Okay.
Because I don't have time.
Yeah, of course.
Yours is. Yours is. I think it's gonna be really good. So, good job.
Thank you.
Stay.